Hey all, this is my May 2023 update for my model railroad. Few words, more uploads coming soon. Sorry for the lack of content recently, but just got some new railroad related items coming to here, so I will definitely be showing you guys that. So let's get right into the update. Okay, so the first point of interest is Easton Yard. So this is a 6-track yard that I've just made recently, and more expansions are coming soon. I think probably in this video I'll do a good time lapse. But this is, I basically put this all in this morning. Put the outside main line in, but that'll be later in the video. I'll talk about that. So yeah, let's get right into the time lapse. Okay, so I've removed all the rolling stock and locomotives from the yard. And the first thing I would like to point out that I want to do is this turnout actually was a line that went over here, and that was the S line. And that went all over there, and you'd pick up freight and come out. Anyways, this is the 6-track yard currently. It's connected by all these turnouts I've put along the main, so let's come down. But in the making of this, I've actually cut off the S line and that way to the other yard. So I wanted to get that somehow connected, but there's one issue. I do not have any more turnouts, and that is talking about either Atlas or some Pico-like turnouts. I only have like these turnouts, the old ones, the brass ones, and these ones just cause me a lot of trouble. They just don't really work. But I guess what we could really do, I have like probably about 30 or 40 of these. I'm not sure, but I have a lot. But what I was thinking what we could do is we could, for a starting of it, we could just put it down, connect it to the track, and knowing that I need that size of turnout, I would go and order some new Atlas turnouts. I'm in need of those, so I can finish up that part of the layout. So for the building of this video, I think we will probably put one turnout going on to another turnout, so it'll be 2 more lines completing the 8-track yard. Then at the end of the 8-track yard, we will have, we'll have 2 turnouts coming off, and then that'll be 2 more tracks making this an 8-track yard. Then we will have to somehow figure out how to connect this to the entire yard, which will give it about 10 tracks, including the S line, branch line, and the 2 lines over there. So let's get right into that. Let me just collect my turnouts, and we'll do the time lapse. Alright, I grabbed some of my turnouts, the older brass ones. I've recently acquired this from a relative who came and bring me all this track and different sorts. That's for another video anyways. So this stuff, I took off the little switch machine, which will not be needed here. Expect the least out of this just because, well, they're brass and they're very dirty. So I'm going to clean these up and attach them. You can see some like oxidation. I'm not sure what actually happened there. It's all blue and yeah, oxidation. Yeah, anyways. I'm going to put that there. I'll put another one branching off of that one. 2 tracks. So, enough explaining about it because I don't want to be annoying. Let's just hop into it, I guess. Okay, so what I've noticed apparently is that, well, it kind of bends away from my whole spacing I had here, but it's okay. It's a bit tweaked under here, but I can fix that. So I really need to put these rail joiners in, but I think I'm gonna have to get some new ones. I do have new ones, I'm just too lazy to go get them, so. Alright, so we put that in. Hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. But I do need to support a couple things over here, and I also need to, cut this little lip off. As you can see, it's overlaying that piece of track. So I'm just gonna clip that off. solved. I'm gonna put a little nail right here. So, where's that port? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna put a nail there so it's not gonna be, actually I can put a nail right there. All right, so that's solved. It's a bit of a tweak here, but not bad at all. Anyways, looks worse in real life, to be honest. Anyways, let's get to laying the other piece of track. I have a lot of row bed and track, so no biggie with that. Okay, I'll start laying that down. All right, well, I just connected that other piece of track. So I'm pretty much gonna, 1 second, sorry about this. Okay, so I connected that turnout and another, is that 2 pieces of track? Yeah. Or no, that's just 1 more piece of track. Anyways, now 7 tracks. I was gonna add another turnout there, but I probably will actually. So this one will go all the way to that length and right up to the skull of the mold. I'm still deciding if I want to like put another turnout here and somehow put a turnout there and connect it like that. But I'm also thinking that might be too complicated. Or maybe I put another turnout and I just connect it how it used to be, but another turnout there and connects there. I'm not sure yet, but I really want to connect the S line to the yard. So, yeah. It's a tad bit annoying. And that's a huge yard I have. We're not doing the time lapses yet. Still want to work a little more on this. I'll put some variations on my community post. I'll put little buildings here, and it's gonna be options you guys can choose. Higher voted, I'll go for, but if I really like a version, we'll see. Anyways, so that's the yard. Right now I'm gonna clean this track, so with my track eraser, if I can find that. Yeah, let's get into that. Okay, well, just clean that. Looks a lot better and shiner. I'll just show you up close. Much nicer compared to that. Huge difference with this track racer. Actually, I think I might go a little more over it just to ensure it's smooth. I'm pretty sure actually my trains will run well on this. Now that I've cleaned it thoroughly. It always just needs a little cleaning. Now the part I'm actually worried about, to be honest, sorry, 1 second, is the turnout itself, like, because it's pressed in a lot, and all locomotives in rolling stock seem to struggle when the turnout's really pressed in and the track's coming off of its coming off of its ties. So I have to be aware of that, but I like the new addition I've done to the layout. Certainly my main yard from now on. The yard was actually supposed to go right there where my finger's pointing. Right about there. But I went here and I was like, you know what? I really like it where it is now. And update's not over yet, but let me know in the comments if you guys like this yard. All right, to the next point of interest or area. Let's go. All right, next point of interest is this crossing I made. I was really happy on how I made it. just because how it turned out. It looks a little scuffed right now. I still have to paint it. But I recently posted a community post. It said share if you like trains, and that's a good likes-wise. But how I did the road, just if you guys need any like road tips, what I basically did is I got Sculptamold and got it to a good density, like more on the harder side, so it's you have less time to work with, but it sets a lot faster and you can sand it. But what I did is these are Atlas re-railers. Atlas re-railers. So what I did is I basically just got the middle of it, got the side of it where the layout actually ends right here. So I liked that point of view where you get a good shot. As you can see, I posted about 2 shorts and mini post on that, so pretty happy with that. I really liked it because, well, my HO skill cars ran over it pretty well, and my trains look amazing over it. So that's something I want to share with you guys. Okay, so the next area we are going to go to is a work in progress. I just started this last weekend, and it's been going on for about a couple days. Haven't really done anything with it lately, but I'm pretty happy on how it's been going. So let's go over there. All right, so this is the next point of interest. As you can see, this is the double track main line where I filmed with the signal, and that's the next point of interest. With my signal, and there's the 2 double track main line, which the yard's over there. Anyways, so this is, I wanted to make like a mountain somewhere, and I know there's already mountains on the layout, but those are really, I didn't really like those. So the actual finished parts with the trees and the retaining walls and the scenery on it is actually part of the mountain I cut out and I fitted to where I wanted it to go. This is some new foam I bought, actually old foam, and I'm just basically going to glue that all down, put a little more foam, and I'm going to put it up, and I'll put it up to that size so it all comes down. It's going to be a big rocky wall, actually. So I watched this guy on YouTube called SCL3618, and I'll put his channel in the link below, link of his channel below. On his layout tour, or mostly on all of his videos, he has this double track main line that goes through this cliff and all of these outcroppings. And I really took inspiration from that because that is a very cool shot, and I really love how that looks. I will not be doing it on this side, but I will be doing it on one side, just be rocks on one side. So SCL3618, if you're watching this, then that's where I got this idea from. So yeah, that's a big work in progress, another part of the update. Let's go to the next area. Alright, so actually the next little part I want to share with you guys is right actually next to this mountainside. Basically what it is another inspiration from another YouTube channel. Basically, it's a bad track. It's like I took inspiration from this NS Modeler 24. I'll also put a link below if I can on both of those, if I can put a link. Anyways, I got inspiration from his channel on doing this. I just really loved the look of it, and I really loved like pushing the freight through the hard broken rails and totally mashed up. I'm actually pretty happy on how I did it. Let me just get to a better angle so I can show you all. So basically what I did is I got my, as you can tell, it is really messed up track. Like, super messed up. I think I beat up a little too much, but anyways, this stuff, or this track, I'm really happy with it because I can push my CN box cars and my different things through it. And basically what I did, if anyone, I mean, NS Modeler already told you, but I found it easier. As he said, do it on a test piece of track, because if you really mess it up on your layout when it's already like this, like me, then it can get squirrely and the rails can come out of their ties. And anyways, if you want a much better video and higher quality, just go watch his video on this. But yeah, so basically what I did is I hit this like pliers really hard against the rails, like with all my force. The rails didn't come out because I already glued it basically to the layout, which I honestly actually kind of find easier, but anyone can have their ways on how to do it. So what I did is actually hit them as hard as I could, and basically they just dented and went out their way, and I just really paid no attention to the ballast. I really wanted to make it look as rough as possible, but I'm not totally happy on the look how the scenery looks. I mean, it's not done, obviously. I love how Ennis Modeler put this little grass tufts. Just, wow, this layout just looks amazing. But, yeah, that's a little, it's a coal spur. You load your coal in there. It's actually, this is the M.E. Foster line. So they sell the coal, gravel, and sand. That's where the CSX sand train evolved, is from this location. Anyways, next couple of point of interests, and I think I'll do maybe a time lapse on how to do battered track. Ennis Modeler 24 explained how to do it, which you did pretty well, but I'm going to show you how to do it just on a simple piece of track. It might be a bit loud, but anyways, enough talking. Let's get to the next point of interest. Okay, so the next area is the S-line, and this is a very important area for the Adirondack and Northern story and shipment of freight and passenger. So we have a very broken track to Princip Yard, and Princip Yard would basically be the Amtrak, like, coach staging yard, basically. So Amtrak would go over there through this line. P-42s would come through, drop off their baggage cars, or whatever they're called, and through this line. And why this line is very important is because I'm trying to get a Amtrak, I'm just trying to get a Cato P-42 on my hands, and just trying to get that adapted to the layout, because I would really love to have some passenger service. So that's why the S-line is very important. Also, the mill, some different staging, and also connects to the Easton Yard, which is right here that we did a time-lapse on earlier in this video. It goes on a little more, and then stops around there. Basically, what you would do in a ops session is you would bring your freight. The freight would be over there already, and what you do is you pick up your freight, drop back out, either continue on the main line for a couple laps, deliver to Murphy Junction, or just to deliver to the yard. Or you pick up freight from a different location and you deliver to the S-line. So it's different imports and deports that you can just put in the S-line, and it's just a very resourceful place to store your freight and all. Currently, GP 40-2W 4201, the green engine, HBR, is currently being retired because I've had some serious decoder motherboard issues. So I'm trying to get that guy up and running. So currently I only have 2 2-8s, 1 ET44 AC for my locomotive roster at the moment, but more is coming soon. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long, but I think one more time lapse on how to make broken track will wrap it all up. Alright everyone, unfortunately I didn't have time, and I didn't think it was appropriate for this video to put the how to make broken track in this video. Not that it just wasn't appropriate, I just didn't feel like putting it in. I didn't have time. Sorry about the hype for that, but I would also like you all to thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. I don't want to be cringe about that or anything. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.